Hey, what's up? What's up, folks? It's me, Sonny T, with another podcast for marketers, exclusive. Now, today, what I'm going to talk about are the three core fundamentals of marketing. But before I do, I don't know, man. I'm going to fix it one day soon. For right now, the podcast is down. FunnelHackerPro.com. Come over and join the squad. Stealthy Millionaire on Instagram. Podcast for marketers on YouTube. Billionaire Vids on Snapchat. Billionaire Vid on Twitter. Podcast for marketers.com. There is a free MP3 player, but you have to pay for your fucking shipping. And I do have a social media marketing agency course that's kicking Ty Lopez's in the fucking pants. Smash. Seriously, folks. Break your fucking mouth. Smash that thumbs up and fucking subscribe to my channel if you dig the content. I'm not going to waste your time, and I upload videos every day. Boom. Done. Today I wanted to talk about the three core elements of marketing. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I saw one guy come to the group and he's like, I'm ready to start my social media marketing agency, right? And he's like, and I'm good in sales, so I'm wondering, when is it a good time to start my shit, right? And so I started realizing that a lot of you don't understand that sales and marketing are two different things, right? So now, in fact, you do need sales to keep your agency going, right? And that's cool. But once you run your agency, sales have absolutely nothing to do with the psychology of marketing. And that's one of the first one's there, right? It's psychology. That's the first element. I kind of told on myself, right? The psychology is the first element, right? And nothing other than that. You want to dig deep into the psychology and find out, well, fuck. Here we go again with not knowing how to spell. You want to find out the deep desires of your prospects, okay? Now, here's what the one problem that I see with most people. Most people, what I'm noticing, will whip up a sales letter or a VSL, and they'll come up with, a really quick funnel, and they're not really digging really deep into the desires of their prospects. And this is probably the most important step when you're marketing. This is the number one most important step that you have to understand. And most people will use other copy and not really understand that, first of all, that copy could suck. First of all, the second of all, that copy could be outdated. And it just might not be in line with what your prospects are doing, right? And you really need to understand your prospects on a damn near cellular level. You need to know what makes them tick. And this is one thing that everybody skips, right? So the number one thing that you need to do before you start your social media marketing agency is understand that the M here means marketing, right? And that means if you're right, let's just say even if you're doing social media post, right? And you're actually just doing management, okay? Let's just say you're managing, but you still want to show that you're better than everybody else, right? Because right now with social, the whole SEO thing, right? What is that thing called? Search engine optimization, right? Remember when everybody wanted to do search engine optimization? How are you going to be better and one step above everybody else? Well, the fact that you're looking at my channel shows that you're going to be one step above everybody else, because I'm not your normal everyday marketer. So the other day, somebody posted up and they said, could you use time as a motivator for your clients to say, hey, I want to get some clients, right? And some, guy that really isn't a marketer, you can clearly see that he wasn't a marketer. First of all, he was a troll and was like, you hate Tai Lopez and you're jealous. So I knew that he wasn't a real marketer, but he commented, sure, you can use time, and a whole bunch of the rhetoric. Yeah, and that's why people would use your services and blah, 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 right? And so my only comment was like, more money equals time, but you need to dig deeper than that. Right? Everybody understands that the prospect wants more time, right? So what's different between you and somebody else? And this is what I want you guys to understand. Remember, Tai Lopez has created a fucking village full of idiots. They're going to walk out and say exactly this, right? He's created a bunch of people that don't understand the deeper desires of the prospects. And this is what I want you guys to get. Everybody's going to say, if you let me do everything for you, you can get more time. But if you did your research and you understand that this guy's a rock climber, or maybe he's got 3 kids and his daughter's name is Katie, right? And you see a bunch of pictures with him and Katie, right? Spending more time with your children would be better than saying you have more time. Being more specific, right? Catching your daughter's birthdays every year, right? I have a daughter, right? And she was really pissed because I missed her cheerleading contest that she had, okay? So I can tell you now that if you were to come tell me I could have more time, well, that's cool. But if you told me, hey, man, you won't miss any of your grandkids' cheerleading, that would hit me in the gut and go, you know what? Or you won't miss your grandson's my grandson's a baseball player, right? You won't miss your grandson's baseball games. That hits me in the gut. Even now, even me saying it, it's like, wow, I really would like to have that, right? So that's what I want you to understand. You need to dig deeper into the psychology and be specific about not just time. I can use time as, a reason why they should deal with me. No, you need to go deeper than that. You need to be better than everybody else. You need to connect with your prospect, right? And as your job as a social media marketing agency or just a digital marketing agency, okay? Just say that. Your job is to understand your prospects and his prospects. So you have to do the job 2 times, okay? That's one thing that most people don't understand, and that's one of the core elements. The number 2 element is once you understand about these desires, now we need communication, right? We need to know how to talk to, and we need to know how to relay or convey, those desires, right? What is this? How do we talk to them in their own language, right? Because you can't talk to them the way you talk to me. And everybody you talk to, you would need to talk to differently, right? So my point in saying that is you need to know the rhetoric. This is where the VSL comes together. How do you need to put all this together to make it cohesive? How do you put it all together so this will be one nice piece of, a video sales letter or a sales letter or a sales page or whatever you're going to do? Even in your post, even what you can do, and I can tell you to follow, there's a storyteller on Twitter, right? And I followed this guy for a while, and you go look at his tweets. He tells an entire story in 3 words, okay? It's an awesome Twitter. There's some that do it in 4 words. You can convey an entire story in 3 words or less. So now that means that you have 140 characters. Donald Trump does it all the time to tell an entire story. Remember, we're talking like 3-year-olds. He has a 4th grade reading level, or excuse me, his speeches. He's actually an academic, but his speeches are at 4th grade level. Now, 140 characters, right? You can tell an entire story, or in a Facebook post. You can communicate those desires in these posts. You don't want to be like everybody else and just post up funny memes and shit like that. You want to really be able to dig and find out. And this is for everybody, man. Everybody has desires. Everybody has pain points. How do you agitate those things? How do you communicate it without pissing people off, but enough to agitate it to make them a little bit antsy in their seat, right? So by knowing the psychology and then by understanding the language in which we're going to speak to these people is really important. Now, the last core element of marketing, a lot of people skip over. I noticed this, right? And you cannot skip it over. And it's been a problem, and I've been guilty of it as well, as far as not teaching it to you. And that's the math, okay? Arithmetic. The third element of marketing is total math. And I'm not just talking about the sheer volume of people that you reach. I'm talking about the actual mathematics on how things work. Looking at your data, right? Marketing is totally data driven, right? So let me give you an example. Like if you could really get into that, I think it's called Nielsen's or whatever, because you can buy data. You can go buy millions of dollars worth of data and come out with something totally kick-ass tomorrow if you understood what people really wanted. If you could break into Facebook headquarters, right? And get into their computers and really get all the data, you would have unlimited amounts of money at this point, right? Seriously. You would have $1 million overnight. Why? Because you understand exactly, because Facebook understands exactly what you want. They can put things in front of you that you didn't even know you wanted, right? Facebook understands what color underwear you're more likely to wear. They understand everything, right? And this is the same thing with Google. They have so much data on everybody, right? They almost control the world. And I'll give you an example. Like here recently, Google said they're going to shut down native ads. They're putting it in their browser, right? Why? Just to give you a small example, 25% of the world uses Google Chrome. 25%. That means they're going to shut down native ads, right? And the only thing you're going to see is Google ads. Just that data alone makes Google rich. Just know and say, man, you know what, man, we need to shut down native ads. All they need to do is see Google ads. We don't need to have any competition whatsoever with any other networks on any other. Basically, somebody's going to have to come out with a hack for their websites, because a lot of website owners are going to be pissed off because they're going to take a hit, right? They're going to take a huge hit only being able to run Google AdWords. Google wants 25% of the people in the world only to see their ads. And they know what to serve them, right? Money. Math. Another big mistake I see is this right here. Comments like this. It seems to me, or I think it would be better if. This all right here is bullshit. When you start looking at the numbers and understanding that you are not the prospect, and understanding that you and your feelings have absolutely nothing to do with the numbers, respecting those numbers and running with those numbers is what's going to make you above everybody else. I've seen it happen time and time again. Even in the comments on my YouTube channel, people are like, oh, it seems like blah. or I think this, or maybe if you did this, right? Even in my group, somebody came the other day, and this is no disrespect to him, right? He's a good subscriber, but I'm just using you as an example. He came up and asked, why do you think the invite button is not working in the UK? And everybody came up with an answer, including me, and I even commented and said, I'm betting on this, right? Because it's a gamble to even guess why Facebook is doing what they're doing to him, right? No one knows. How do we find out exactly why Facebook is doing what the fuck they're doing? We call up fucking Facebook. That's exactly what we do. We call up Facebook and we ask them, why the fuck don't I have a fucking like button on my shit? And why do I only see a ban button? We call the Facebook reps and we ask them. The other day, Jamie was in the group and she couldn't tag people. She didn't ask a bunch of people how the fuck to do it. She actually called Facebook. And Facebook told her, you can't tag people on mobile. So she had her answer. She had her data. There's no more question mark there, right? So the fact that you understand that you need to stop thinking, and I've done this so many times myself. My wife and I are totally guilty of saying, well, what do you think if we did blah, instead of just testing it? What do you think if I did this instead of just testing it? And I'll give you one final answer before I move on. This is going to be a fast class today because I'm actually putting out the Amazon FBA course. And so I didn't do a class yesterday, and I was very upset about that because I told myself I would do 300 videos this year. And so it's getting tight. It's getting toward the end of the year, and I need to hurry up. So I'm going to put out a video on Sunday because I didn't put out one yesterday. Sometimes, if you don't feel like, and this isn't for you guys, but it's for me because I'm more of a creative person when it comes to this audio shit. If I don't feel it, if I don't feel like, man, I just don't have a class and I don't want to fake it, I won't put out a class. And that's just me because I want to be 100% authentic. And when I give you what I'm going to give you, I want you to have all of my energy, and I just don't want to be drab. And I notice it. You guys see it. The days that I come out with some bullshit, man, I get a lot of these things. That's a thumbs down. It looks like an up, down, fuck off, right? Which it could be that anyways. You guys are like, yeah, fuck off, Sonny. All right, so anyways. Fucking crazy as shit. All right, so anyways, just understanding data, what I wanted to tell you about today is just over this last couple of days, I started up a funnel, okay, for affiliate marketing. And I started off with $50 a day, and I did the test that we talked about. I did a ad set, one campaign with an ad set, and then I put up 3 ads, and then I duplicated those ads. And this is what my ad set looked like. I had 9 ads up, right? And I put $50 on that ad set, okay? And then out on this other end came one victorious ad that was doing really well. But I noticed that I was only breaking even and almost negative, maybe 20%. Maybe I was negative 20% ROI. Okay. And I didn't like that. So the first thing I did was got out my little tracker, and I noticed a lot of people aren't using trackers, and it's very important. And before I end this, I'm going to tell you how you can do it and get your tool for free, even if you're just starting out and you just don't have a lot of money for toys. Okay. So what I did is in my trackers, I made a little funnel. If you go to the group, you'll get to see this funnel, a little picture of it, right? So here's Facebook, which was my traffic. And then it went out to a rotator, and it sent 50% of the traffic to a new landing page, okay? And 50% of the traffic to my old funnel, which then went to another rotator, which took me to two different offers. So what I was able to do in about 6 hours is I was able to find out, first of all, because my tracking software will actually light up which path works better, right? So the very first conversion I got was actually this path right here to this new offer, okay? But after that, I had another 20 some odd conversions right here. Within 6 hours, I was able to find out that they didn't like my old funnel anymore, okay? They didn't like this offer, and this is the path that they were taking, which was a new landing page, no email collection, and the same offer that I had been promoting was converting very well, okay? And it did that really quickly, and just within those 6 hours, I was able to gain 100% ROI. Okay? And now it's time to scale up that offer, right? So this was just a test to show you exactly how data works. Now, I never would have known whether they liked this landing page, and I figured they would like the new offer. To be honest with you, I'm like, maybe this offer is stale. But instead of assuming that and just running my old funnel to a new offer, which would have fucking failed, I ran tests to find out what landing page they like, and it wasn't the offer. It was the fucking funnel and landing pages that they didn't like. I ran a new landing page to a new offer and found out very quickly with data and not assumptions what worked or what didn't work, right? And the next biggest thing I can tell you why data works, and I wrote this in my group, is because that's proof. It's numbers. You can't fight numbers. Your prospects, your clients will just most assuredly tell you, I don't think that this is working. Excuse me, doctor. Excuse me, Dr. Crack Your Back. Excuse me, Mrs. Salon owner or Mr. or Mrs. Business owner. Your thinking is not what matters. Here is the data, and here's the numbers. That's all that matters. Coffee break.